Oh yeah, Black Star Sports TV here, back again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, man. Thanks to all the subs that come check out my videos, man, and check me out as I spill my spill on the deal. But today I wanted to, I was, sipping through the boxing media and I ran across an article I thought was very interesting where it was talking about Canelo Alvarez. And it posed a question. Well, it was actually talking about Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn expressed interest and I guess you could call worry as to the mind state of Canelo Alvarez right now. He's worried about his confidence, and I started to dwell on that a little bit. And I said, man, you know what? It might be a little something to that because first of all, this is a major loss for him. And he has repeatedly been saying that he's taking this loss hard and he hasn't been able to really deal with it, and he's thinking about it and all this type of stuff. And now he's trying to figure out where do I go? What do I do next? Do I rematch him? Do I go fight Triple G? If I fight him again, should it be at 68 or 75? What should be my? He's just trying to put piece things together to see where he is. And that's understandable. But one of the glaring things that stood out to me is because, you always see Canelo working out and stuff like that. And, very disciplined guy. But lately, it's been, I've seen photos and little video clips of him out gambling and being drunk and, I don't know, maybe blowing off a little steam. But after a loss and with this kind of concern being expressed, it makes me kind of reevaluate the whole thing. What is the situation? What is really going on? Because, if you're really hell bent on revenge and wanting to get back, you're gonna kind of be like immediate with like, hey, we're gonna do this again and this, that, and the third, and that's what it is, right? So with his hesitancy, and also in the article, it goes further and it makes a little more case, like, hey man, there's a lot of things that Canelo has to work on that was exposed in this fight. uh, Canelo. It really kind of tricked me because, most of the time they just always, Canelo, 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 and it's always pro Canelo. They never really sit down and really analyze the guy. And for the first time, it feels like this writer did this. I don't know the writer's name because it's an obscure little thing that I saw it on, and I don't know where his name was anyway. So, but the subject matter was interesting. If I find it, I'll mention it in the next video. But he was saying how, for the past 4 years, he fought paper champions and lackluster contenders, right? And I'm like, wow, you know, other people have been saying that consistently through time, but they've always been rejected it and no, no, no. But all of a sudden now, after one loss, we're going to open up this whole Pandora's box now and unleash all this on them. So now it seems like Canelo's getting a lot of criticism from people and saying things like this here, fighting paper champions and stuff like that, which I'd have to say, I agree somewhat with, but I feel like with the Caleb plant and the Bibble, he kind of turned the corner and went back another way. So you can't really stay there with that. But before then, yeah, I would. Callum was an all man. Them what was them? I mean, really. But let me get this. Man, I can't. I got to get the vibe in here just right, man. I can't get this out the spill. But it got me to thinking, man. So now they want to break it down to him. Okay, things he has to work on, but now he's getting older. Canal's 31 years old, really not that old yet, but I see where you're going with that. And they're saying that his skills have the skills that he does have has diminished. Now all of a sudden now he went from invincible, and he just said to you not long ago, I'm in the prime of my career and nobody can beat me. He goes out and loses, and now it just shows you how much a loss in the U.S. is really weighed. Like you can't lose, man. If you lose, it's just like you get disassembled. All of a sudden now he has no skill. He can't do this and all these things. Before this wasn't even you couldn't entertain it, but now we're going to analyze. We're going to break it down. Well, he needs to do all these things, and he's got this and this, and what can he do? This guy was so far superior. The guy had 19 fights before this fight. Champion is true, you know, but come on now. I mean, Canelo is not chopped liver. But all of a sudden now, this writer has just set to go off on it. And I gotta find his name because it's kind of something to talk about, something somebody did without the name. But I really couldn't. I tried to find it. Now I don't know. Maybe I overlooked it. It could have been a name I can't pronounce, and and I try to overlook them because I can't pronounce. But it's interesting. I don't know where his mindset is, but he also going around here saying that he thought he won. That's equal in denial. So that means there is something mentally going on with him. To what degree we don't know, but is his confidence shot? I mean, I guess we'll find out. They're saying next week they're going to release, you know, who he's fighting next and all of that. Up until now, Triple G has been the favorite, and I'm kind of still leaning that they're thinking that they're going to go that way now. Um, because one of the other things he had mentioned, he said, maybe he needs a little more time to adjust and come up, to make the adjustments from this fight because this guy did such a good job on him that there's a lot of things he has to adjust. But I just find this is a kind of odd. But I'm not really sure what Canelo can do. I mean, there's a few things he can try, but what is a surefire way to guarantee victory for Canelo in a rematch against Dimitri Bivol? The biggest thing I think that hurts him is the fact that when Canelo was hitting him, he wasn't able to hurt him, and that really takes away a lot of what Canelo does. You know, um, Dimitri took his forward movement away from him, had him going backwards. He put him on the defensive. That's not where he does well, and I'm not sure that he can even adapt to that. In time, even if they like, because they were suggesting pushing the fight back to December or possibly May next year. But even if it's May next year, how can you adjust to these things when a boxer has a skill level that's higher than yours in certain areas, but you need to improve in that area where he's strong at? That's a hard thing to do, very hard thing to do. And being the fact that, like they say, he's getting older, right? Which is true. Canelo doesn't have the best feet in the world anyway. So that's a detriment. That was half the reason why he kept getting caught. He couldn't get away. He had problems cutting off the ring, which is something he could do that make things better. The jab, I know Mike Tyson had mentioned, use your jab more, use your jab. He was jabbing in the first fight. He only stopped because he was jabbing with a guy who was a jabber and a better jabber. On top of that, had a power jab. The power jab is detrimental to fighting Canelo Alvarez. If you don't have a solid power jab, you're in trouble when it comes to fighting Canelo Alvarez because space and opportunity is everything to him. And he's closing it in on you. So the ring gets smaller and you can't operate. And a boxer that has the skills to defeat him needs those things to operate. So if you can't keep that space and keep Canelo at a distance in order for you to feel comfortable and execute your game plan, you're in trouble. But Dimitri Bivol was able to do it flawlessly. And that power jab was very detrimental. Every time Canelo came in with really aggression, he was met with that. And that was very discouraging. And then it's hard to overcome that when you're getting hit with that hammer like that. So that's a major thing. Will his jab offset that some? Maybe to some degree. Hey, maybe he gets lucky, he catches him, he cuts him, opens up something, and now he got something he can work on, you know what I'm saying, to kind of close the gap. That's a possibility. But his mindset right now, nobody knows really. I haven't really heard much from him personally. I have heard about him out there gambling and stuff, or maybe just having a good time and getting over it. He has a solid fan base that's going to be there to support him, and he's got a lot of positive energy around him. So I imagine he'll get it together at some point. But at that point, I want to know what decision he makes. And they're saying next week they're going to announce it. And I think that's more the zone trying to really push the Canelo Triple G fight. Ganado. You see how we trying to say Ganado, whatever the hell that shit is. Triple G. They really trying to get that fight going on. For what reason, nobody knows. He can't be Canelo, and it's not going to be Canelo. But it's a great fight for Canelo to come back and get his spirits back up again and get the feeling like, yeah, okay, let's do this again. Maybe that's just the remedy he needs to go back with against Dimitri Bivol. Now, he beats him, and Dimitri Bivol waits and fights Joe Smith winner. But Joe Smith already said he wants to fight Dimitri Bivol. So, okay, Joe Smith and Archer Beterbiev a fight. Winner of that got all the other belts. They fight Dimitri Bivol, which Joe Smith said he wants to fight him. So if Joe Smith win, expect Dimitri Bivol to fight him for undisputed at 175. Now, if he get undisputed at 175, and Canelo undisputed at 168, he just beats Triple G. He gets his confidence up. He comes back, boom, undisputed versus undisputed. You know what I'm saying? It's 8 belts instead of 4 on the line. You know what I'm saying? At a catch weight. Maybe they split the difference. Um, that might be enticing for Dimitri Bivol to take that. Because other than that, I don't see any reason for him to take a Canelo fight. I mean, people could say money, but hell, they didn't even pay him for the last one yet. So, you know what I'm saying? What do you have really to offer? That would be great. It'd be great for boxing. It's huge to promote it. Everybody would be like, oh, we don't know. That's what you want in boxing, man. Hopefully, that's the way it comes down. Who knows what's in store? Canelo in the lab. They trying to figure out what's going on. What will they come up with? That's what we need to see, man. Because we don't never know. Maybe it's something else that it can be happening. And then Archer better be able to go out there and suddenly stop jabbing. Like Caleb Plant did. Was very successful, and all of a sudden you stop, but then all of a sudden the wall collapsed down on you and you lost. Rock, you lost. That type of thing. But it's interesting, man. We'll see how it goes, man, because these losses is detrimental, man. You lose in the U.S., man. People write you off with the quicks. Um, What'll happen next, man? Just got me thinking, man. I decided to just put this out there, get the ball rolling. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments, man. If you subscribe to Black Star Sports TV, man, thank you. Appreciate you. To the fullest salute to you. Hope everything go good in life for you from the beginning to the end and back to the beginning again, all over again. Now, let that sizzle in your spirit. But if you haven't, man, subscribe to Black Star Sports TV, man. I'll be on here chopping it up, whenever I can. I come on here and you know, spill my spill on the deal. And that's pretty much what we do here, man. Try to have a good time talking, laugh, joke, and talk a little trash. But I'm anxious to see what happens next, man. Got some big fights coming up, man. David Benavidez this weekend, man. Dave against Lemieux, or whatever. David Benavidez, man. It's a good dude, man. Think he's gonna do well this week. Look forward to it. Glad he gets a chance to get in the spotlight, show everybody what he can do. Let Canelo know, hey man, I'm still here. 68, man. A lot of smoke, a lot of big fights. Either way Canelo choose to go, man, it's there for him, man. All the guys that everybody been wanting to see him fight has now gathered together at 168. David Benavidez was already there. Caleb Plant, you fought once. Rematch wouldn't be bad. Sitting there again. You got Demetrius Andrade up there. Another guy you said was a horrible fighter. He's up there. Down you got Jamal Charlo says after June's 18th fight, he's going to 168 as well. Brother just came undisputed 154. He's going to 160. He's going to 168. The Bash brothers, man, on the move, man. But it's all gathering there together, man. And this is what all the fight fans been wanting to see is these matchups. So now it come to a point where Canelo can't run off to all these and do all this old silly shit. He's got to fight these guys, and this is what boxing wants. And this is good, man. Everybody talking UFC. Oh my God, go away from me with that crazy shit. Boxing is where it's at, and this right here, that right there, that loss to Bivol did more for boxing, man, than I can put into words, man, because it set these things up. Because these fights were never going to happen, man. He simply wasn't going in them directions because he was like, well, I got to, right? Now you're in a situation where you got to do some things, and that's every fighter's in that position. You got to do certain things to get certain ways to get certain opportunities. He should be no different. Nobody should be above the sport. I mean, come on, let's just be real. This sport is not about anybody's ego. It's about proving who's number one, who's the best, and who can beat who, and all that. All these subplots is what makes boxing so interesting. So we're gonna see what happens, man. But I had to put my 2 cents in it, man. Think on it a piece. Give me your response. Put it down in the comments, man. I'll comment back to you. Whatever. But make me understand. What do you feel is going on with Canelo Alvarez? You think he okay? You think he losing it a little bit? Think he'll be all right? What do you think he's going to do next? Holler at me, man. Let me know. But I'm Black Star Sports TV, man. And I hope everybody have a beautiful, wonderful day. Subscribe, hit the notification bells, because Black Star will be back. Peace and blessings to everybody, man. I'm Black Star Sports TV, and I am